That's tuna?
No, it's actually minced beef with mushrooms.
Mushroom.
Yeah.
From which country?
Chinese.
Chinese. Wow. Well, Louise, very few people, I've been wondering about that, thinking about that for a long time since I know you.
Yeah.
And very few people have been between worlds, just like yourself. I mean, you were born in China,
Yeah.
raised in Sweden, and converted to Islam in Sweden.
Yes.
As a designer, you also, you an activist, I would say, as a designer.
Yes.
You support the Uyghur. That's kind of impressive as a life. Let me ask you this. What part of yourself have you had to sacrifice in order to belong to all these, to so many worlds, I would say? What part of yourself have you had to sacrifice to belong to so many worlds?
I would say without me knowing it, it's all part of me. And I think the first time I had to sacrifice anything is when I changed my name to Louise. And it was when I was 10 years old, and we arrived in Sweden to the immigration office, and the immigration officer told me that it would be much easier for me to get a job in Sweden when I grew up if I had a Swedish name rather than the Chinese one. So we were convinced, so that I changed my Chinese name to a Western Swedish name. So I picked Louise, and that was the first time I think I gave up part of my Chinese identity in order to get the safe haven and the security and the freedom that was given in Sweden. And I think that was the first time. And obviously when I became a Muslim, I gave up part of my identity too. A lot of the lifestyle, a lot of the ideas, perspectives that I had growing up as a Swedish European, and I had to again rethink. And then, of course, when I started with fashion, I would say that afterwards, I don't think it's giving up. I think it's like, I think all of us are pieces of puzzles, and I'm very lucky to be able to collect so many puzzles along the way. And I do believe that humanity as a whole is this mix of those puzzles. And when I learned to make those part works, is a beautiful world. But when it doesn't, it's like a never-ending, constant conflicts that I have inside me. And yeah.
And to add to that, sharing your life with a Jewish partner.
Yes. I mean, for me, I think, so I grew up as an atheist, and I didn't have any framework, any kind of social constructs based on faith and religion.
Mm-hmm.
And I think growing up in Sweden, I kind of missed that kind of clear framework and this like answers to the big questions in life, like where do we come from, where we're gonna go, where we die, why we're here, all those things. I think those are very fundamental human questions that we all ask ourselves, and we never really find the answer throughout the entire time we've been here on earth, And I think I was constantly on that search, and Islam opened a huge door for me. And being with my Jewish partner today, it kind of complete my religion because I just learned how much in common we have rather than differences, and it's such a shame that we've been focusing so much on how we're different rather than how much we have in common, and we fight about the things we don't agree. And we think that we are living in a democratic country and we believe in democracy, but it's those who learn how to disagree with people and still live together. That's democracy. It's not to always agree with one another, not even your life partner.
It completed you.
Yeah, I would say that, yeah.
Feel more grounded.
It was not like that. It was from the start. It was very. We started dating like after October 7th, and it was a time where the whole world was so divided into different camps. You're either like pro-Palestine or pro-Israel, and depending on your own backgrounds, you would choose either of the camps, and I think I got caught up in the middle of it. Both of us did. And so in the beginning it was really, really difficult. But yes, it's with time, with that disorientation, you also, I think you sacrifice the belonging to a certain tribe and the ideas and perspective that belongs to certain tribes. And I sacrificed that in order to search for the truth. And the truth is not black and white, and the truth is much more complex and layered than we thought. And it was a price to pay for that truth. And I think once I realized that was a price I was willing to pay, in reward, I gained freedom.
Freedom.
Freedom in a way that, I was, like you said, because I belong to all these different cultures, my entire life, for instance, I was little, I was always trying to find my place, and it doesn't matter how hard I tried, I never fully felt that I entirely belonged to one space. And in the end, I was forced to stop searching and just start building a home and a family and a belonging on my own, and find the people and the friends that became families that share that vision of being able to be together rather without having to always agree with everything,